Cat Izzo faces her worst nightmare in Bachelor in Paradise preview. August 20, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor Nation couples joined Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise looking for love. But the remaining 6 couples are now in a competition for a $500,000 cash prize. Their relationships are tested each week and only one couple can take home the grand prize. A preview for next week's episode puts the remaining couples in an uncomfortable situation. Cat Izzo says it's her worst nightmare. Stay on this page to see the shocking trailer for what happens next. One contestant, homesick, wants to go home. In a change from previous seasons, Bachelor in Paradise contestants are voted out as couples for the last half of Season 10. The last couple left on the beach takes home a huge cash prize. Brian Otts and Parisa Shifta were eliminated in the last rose ceremony. Alicia Gupta and Sean McLaughlin quit the show rather than be voted out. Things are getting intense and real for the couples. Kathy Swartz and Keith Gordon are the only golden contestants left. In the preview for next week, Keith admits that he's homesick and tells Kathy that he is ready to go home. But does he self-eliminate? Jesse Palmer teases a problem during the rose ceremony, followed by Bailey Brown talking about getting stabbed in the back. Spencer Conley and Jess Edwards hit a bumpy patch. Spencer Conley and Jess Edwards are one of the strongest couples left on Bachelor in Paradise. Out of all of the remaining couples, their love connection seems to be the most authentic. But it's too much, too fast for Jess. After they mutually admitted to falling for each other last week, Jess is ready to put the brakes on the romance. Spencer starts talking about moving in together when their respective leases are up. But she says she's not ready for that just yet. "I don't know if me and Spencer are on the same page. I just am not to that point yet," she says during a confessional. Cat Izzo faces her worst nightmare in Bachelor in Paradise preview. Meanwhile, Dale Moss tells the camera that his relationship with Cat Izzo is the strongest on the beach. But she's forced to face one of her biggest fears during the next challenge. The remaining couples set up camp for the night on the beach. They can hear howling and fight off bugs. "My worst nightmare is coming to life," Cat Izzo says about the situation. Bachelor in Paradise viewers may recall Cat crashing out in Season 9 over the bugs and crabs. The trailer isn't clear on what exactly the challenge is. It could be staying outside all night instead of returning to the resort. But the trailer makes it clear that the next episode will be even more dramatic as the season finale approaches. What do you think about the contestants' night camping?
The sun was dipping below the horizon, painting the Hawaiian sky in fiery oranges and deep purples. The waves lapped lazily against the shore, as if unaware that drama, heartbreak, and surprise were about to crash into the serene paradise. For most, it was a vacation. For Cat Izzo, it was about to become her worst nightmare. Cat had arrived in the paradise of romance with a hopeful heart, ready to find love in the tropical heat. But from the moment she stepped off the plane and felt the salty air, there was an undercurrent, a tension she couldn't quite place. Something about this season felt different. The preview clip teased it. Cat standing on the beach, her expression tense, scanning the horizon as if she was expecting trouble. The caption flashed on screen. Cat Izzo faces her worst nightmare. What could it be? The fans were buzzing. Was it a rival, an unexpected twist, or someone from her past showing up in the most dramatic way possible? Cat had come in with her heart wide open. She was ready to embrace connections, share laughter, and maybe even find someone who made her believe in love again. But Paradise has a way of testing hearts, unraveling confidence, and flipping expectations in a heartbeat. The arrival of the unexpected. The preview gave a glimpse. Cat walking into the villa, confident, radiant, and ready to mingle. But then, a flash of shock across her face. Someone had arrived that she never expected. The camera cut to a mysterious figure, silhouetted against the sunset, and the music hit a suspenseful high note. It was her ex, or at least someone who stirred old feelings, someone who reminded Cat of heartbreak she thought she had moved past. The fans gasped. The internet exploded with speculation. Who could it be? And how would Kat handle seeing someone she thought she'd left behind? Kat's worst nightmare wasn't just about jealousy or rivalry. It was about confronting a part of her past she had hoped never to relive. The preview hinted at whispered conversations, tense glances across the beach, and that inevitable question: could she let go, or would her heart be trapped in the past? A romantic rivalry emerges. No paradise is complete without a love triangle, or maybe a love square. Kat's potential suitor, a charming, confident contestant, had been making waves since day one. But the arrival of a familiar face threatened to disrupt everything. The preview teased moments of confrontation. Kat standing face to face with her rival, voices low but sharp. The tension was palpable. And then a twist. Another contestant, quietly observant, seemed to be pulling away from Kat's suitor, signaling the beginning of emotional chaos. Kat was caught in the crossfire. She had to navigate feelings, trust, and suspicion, all under the scrutiny of cameras capturing every reaction. Paradise was no longer a dream. It was a battlefield of hearts. Secrets, lies, and confessions. In the preview, Kat was seen sitting alone on the balcony, staring at the ocean with tears brimming in her eyes. She whispered to the camera about fear, vulnerability, and the haunting shadow of her past. "I didn't think I'd have to face this here," she admitted. "Not again. Not in front of everyone." The audience could sense her dread. Kat's worst nightmare was becoming reality. Secrets she had hoped stayed buried were surfacing, and confessions, both hers and others, would shake the villa to its core. A twist that no one saw coming. As if emotional turmoil wasn't enough, the preview threw in a twist that made hearts skip a beat. A new contestant arrived mid-season, someone charismatic, flirtatious, and immediately sparking chemistry with multiple people. Kat's suitor was suddenly distracted, the ex's presence intensified, and jealousy became a living, breathing force in paradise. Kat was caught in the crossfire. She had to navigate feelings, trust, and suspicion, all under the scrutiny of cameras capturing every reaction. Paradise was no longer a dream. It was a battlefield of hearts. Secrets, lies, and confessions. In the preview, Kat was seen sitting alone on the balcony, staring at the ocean with tears brimming in her eyes. She whispered to the camera about fear, vulnerability, and the haunting shadow of her past. "I didn't think I'd have to face this here," she admitted. "Not again. Not in front of everyone." The audience could sense her dread. Kat's worst nightmare was becoming reality. Secrets she had hoped stayed buried were surfacing, and confessions, both hers and others, would shake the villa to its core. A twist that no one saw coming. As if emotional turmoil wasn't enough, the preview threw in a twist that made hearts skip a beat. A new contestant arrived mid-season, someone charismatic, flirtatious, and immediately sparking chemistry with multiple people. Kat's suitor was suddenly distracted, the ex's presence intensified, and jealousy became a living, breathing force in paradise. Kat's worst nightmare wasn't just an emotional confrontation, it was a full-blown social storm. Alliances would form, secrets would leak, and hearts would be tested in ways no one expected. Moments of reflection. Despite the chaos, the preview showed Kat in quieter, reflective moments, walking along the beach at night, watching the moon shimmer across the water. These moments were fleeting, but they revealed her inner strength, resilience, and hope. Kat realized that facing her worst nightmare didn't mean she had to crumble. It meant confronting fears, making tough choices, and standing firm in the face of heartbreak. The cliffhanger. The preview ended with a dramatic shot. Kat standing at the water's edge, waves crashing around her feet, eyes filled with determination and uncertainty. The music swelled. A voiceover whispered, "Can Kat survive her worst nightmare and find love?" Fans were left hanging. Social media erupted with predictions, hopes, and fears. Who would win her heart? Would the ex fade away, or would unresolved feelings reignite? Could she trust her instincts, or would paradise break her heart again? The emotional roller coaster ahead. The story teased in the preview hinted at everything Bachelor in Paradise compelling: love, jealousy, secrets, surprises, and heartbreak. For Kat, this season would test not just her romantic intuition, but her emotional resilience. Every smile, every glance, every whispered conversation could hold a secret twist, a challenge, or a moment that could change everything. Conclusion: the battle for love begins. As viewers prepare for the new season, one thing is certain: Kat Izzo's journey will be unforgettable. Her worst nightmare isn't just a challenge, it's an invitation to grow, to embrace vulnerability, and to fight for the love she deserves. In paradise, hearts are fragile and emotions run high. But for Kat, the storm is only the beginning. Whether she conquers her fears or succumbs to them, audiences will be watching every twist, every turn, and every breathtaking moment. Kat's story is one of courage, heart, and the timeless quest for love, even when it seems impossible. And as the sun rises over the Hawaiian beaches, one question lingers: will Kat face her nightmare and emerge victorious in the game of love?
Izzo stepped off the small charter plane, her heart racing with anticipation. The warm Hawaiian breeze greeted her like an old friend, yet something in the air felt off. The tropical paradise looked perfect in the golden afternoon light, the sand sparkling, waves rolling gently, but Kat felt a knot in her stomach. As she walked through the villa doors, contestants she had only seen on Instagram or TV waved, laughed, and greeted her warmly. But for Kat, the smiles felt distant. She was aware of every glance, every whispered comment. Paradise had a way of being beautiful on the surface, but turbulent beneath. Her first interaction was with Chris, the confident but slightly arrogant suitor who had already made waves in the villa. He gave her a charming smile, leaning casually against the bar. "Kat, I've been waiting for you," he said. His tone was playful, flirtatious, and Kat couldn't deny the flutter in her chest. "I've heard a lot about you too," Kat replied, keeping her voice steady. But inside, her mind raced. Was this the start of something real, or just another fleeting fling? The cameras caught it all: the spark, the tension, the unspoken challenge. Kat's journey was already beginning, and the stakes were higher than ever. Just as Kat began to feel comfortable, the villa doors opened again. Her heart sank. The music shifted to a tense, dramatic tone, the kind fans knew signaled trouble. It was her ex, Jordan, a man from her past who she thought she had completely left behind. His smile was the same, his presence just as commanding, but now he was in paradise, under the watchful eyes of cameras and contestants alike. Kat froze, unsure of how to react. Jordan's eyes met hers, and for a split second, it felt like no time had passed. The past collided with the present, and Kat's carefully guarded heart felt exposed. The producers teased the confrontation: a close-up of Kat's hand clenching, a deep inhale, a shaky exhale. The caption read, "Kat Izzo faces her worst nightmare." Kat tried to focus on the other contestants, but every conversation, every laugh was shadowed by Jordan's presence. She noticed him speaking to other women, smiling, flirting, and it sparked something she hadn't expected: jealousy. The cameras captured private moments: Kat walking along the beach, staring at the horizon, murmuring to herself, "Why now? Why here?" It wasn't just Jordan, it was the reminder of what could have been, of heartbreak she had buried deep. Kat knew she had to face her feelings, but the villa didn't allow for privacy. Every step, every glance was observed, dissected, and broadcast to a million eyes. Chris noticed Kat's tension. He approached her one evening as the sunset painted the sky pink and gold. "You seem distracted," he said, his voice gentle but probing. "I just didn't expect to see him here," Kat admitted, glancing toward Jordan in the distance. Chris nodded knowingly. "I get it, but you're here to find something real, right? Don't let the past control you." Kat appreciated his advice, but the emotional pull toward Jordan was undeniable. The love triangle had begun, with Kat in the middle, trying to navigate loyalty, attraction, and unresolved feelings. In the villa's intimate setting, secrets began to surface. Kat confided in fellow contestants about her past with Jordan, revealing heartbreak she had never shared publicly. "I thought I was over him," she whispered to the camera. "I really did. But seeing him here, it's like I'm back in that moment, and I can't breathe." Jordan, too, was grappling with his feelings. He didn't anticipate how intense Kat's presence would feel, nor how much history between them would complicate the villa dynamics. Their moments were charged, silent glances, followed by awkward interruptions from other contestants. The producers amplified the tension with classic reality TV techniques, dramatic music, slow-motion shots, and strategic cuts that left viewers on the edge of their seats. Just when Kat thought she could manage the tension, a new contestant arrived, a charismatic, flirtatious woman named Lila. Her energy immediately disrupted the villa. She engaged with Chris, creating subtle sparks that Kat couldn't ignore. Now the stakes escalated. Kat wasn't just navigating past heartbreak and jealousy, she was facing a present threat. The villa dynamics became a tangled web, attraction, rivalry, and uncertainty. Every interaction carried weight. The preview teased a pivotal confrontation. Kat and Jordan found themselves alone by the fire pit. Their voices were low but intense, each word heavy with emotion. "You left me once," Kat said, eyes brimming with tears. "I don't know if I can handle it again." Jordan's expression softened. "I didn't leave you. I was scared. But seeing you here, I realize what I lost." The moment was interrupted by a sudden appearance. Chris had followed them, curiosity and concern etched on his face. The confrontation was now a triangle, and the tension exploded. Words were exchanged, accusations implied, and hearts were shaken. Amid the chaos, Kat found quiet moments of self-reflection. Walking along the moonlit beach, she pondered her journey. "This is my chance to find love on my terms," she thought. "I can't let fear or jealousy dictate my heart. I have to trust myself." These moments reminded viewers why Kat's story was compelling. She wasn't just reacting to drama, she was learning, growing, and making difficult choices in real time. Kat began receiving roses, signaling interest from contestants. Each date was a chance to explore feelings, test compatibility, and reveal vulnerability. One date in particular stood out: a candlelit dinner on the sand, waves gently crashing in the background. Kat and Chris shared laughter, honest conversation, and moments of deep connection. For a fleeting instant, paradise felt like the romantic haven she had imagined. But the preview hinted at interruption. Jordan's shadow looming, Lila's flirtations stirring tension, and secrets from past conversations threatening to unravel every budding connection. The preview's final moments were cinematic. Kat stood at the edge of the water, the moon casting silver light on the waves. Her expression was a mix of determination, fear, and hope. Behind her, shadows hinted at Jordan and Chris approaching, their intentions unclear. A voiceover whispered, "Kat Izzo faces her worst nightmare, but will she find love, or will paradise break her heart?" The screen faded to black, leaving viewers clamoring for answers, speculating about the twists, and eagerly awaiting the next episode. Even before the season aired, fans were buzzing online. The hashtag #CatInParadise trended globally. Memes, predictions, and emotional support poured in. Viewers connected with her vulnerability, her strength, and the suspense surrounding her love life. Every sneak peek ignited debates. Would she choose Chris, rekindle with Jordan, or follow a path no one expected? The social media storm mirrored the villa's emotional chaos: intense, unpredictable, and irresistible. Kat's journey highlighted the real lessons of Bachelor in Paradise. Love isn't straightforward. The past can haunt you, rivalries can challenge you, and surprises can turn your world upside down. But true strength lies in facing fears, making tough choices, and remaining authentic in the face of uncertainty. Kat's story was a testament to resilience, heart, and the courage to embrace love, even when it feels impossible. As the season progressed, Kat would encounter new twists. Secret dates designed to test loyalty, emotional confessions from unexpected contestants, sudden exits and shocking entrances that would leave hearts racing, moments of self-discovery that could redefine her path. The preview had teased only the beginning. Paradise was ready to challenge her in every way, but Kat's journey promised triumphs, heartbreaks, and unforgettable moments. Kat Izzo's worst nightmare was more than just a romantic obstacle. It was a journey into self-awareness, courage, and love in its rawest form. The preview captured the essence of what makes Bachelor in Paradise addictive: drama, beauty, romance, and the unpredictability of the human heart. As fans tuned in, they would see Kat face her fears, navigate the complex dance of desire and jealousy, and fight for the love she truly deserved. Paradise was no longer just a backdrop. It was a test, a crucible, and ultimately a place where hearts were transformed. And as the Hawaiian sun rose over the villa, one thing was certain: Cat Izzo's story was only beginning, and it would leave viewers breathless.